So, technically it's spring now, and that's cool and all, but let's get these summer vibes rolling. Welcome to the Pedestrian Monthly Update. This month we basically worked on optimizations, area colors, stories, and a lot of other things. If you're new around here, the Pedestrian is a 2.5D puzzle platformer where you move around and connect sign pieces to solve puzzles in our 3D world. Follow the main character, the bathroom symbol, as he navigates through a subway, a bustling city, some rooftops, a university, and a ton more. So to get things rolling with our update, let's start with the graph. This is our monthly progress graph. It shows the state of all of our areas as well as the progress since our last update. Unfortunately for this graph, most of our work this month doesn't show up on it. Basically because everything was general, meaning we worked on optimizations and color and lighting and animations, so that stuff can't really be shown on a per area chart. So let's get into what we actually did do. One of the big things that we've been working on recently is our save system. And now it's basically complete, besides the autosave function, but everything else is ready to go. What is saved is actually extremely small. It's just an area code, the puzzle name, and a number that represents the current state of the area. So for example, if I was to play here in Thrice, which is the name of this puzzle, after say completing 2 other puzzles in this area, and I saved the game, it would look a little something like this. So let me run you through it. The first 4 lines are just labels for the file itself. You can basically ignore them. The A line is the label for the area code, which for the downtown is 199. The L line is for level name, which, like I said before, is Thrice. And the D is for area data, which I won't go into how it's calculated to be 861. But let's just say it states that you've completed everything up to the downtown hub and beat 2 of the levels there. One of the other large things that we've been working on is optimizations. So Jed has been continuing the journey of optimizing our game. He's been going through the game with a mop and cleaning up all the excessive garbage production, texture resolutions, and reducing the draw calls as much as possible. We've been extremely satisfied with the improvements so far, but we still have so much we can do to improve it further. Now I know a lot of you have been waiting for sound and music to be implemented into the game, as right now it doesn't have any. All that stuff is in production, and right now I'm going to share with you a little sneak peek at a track that will be playing in the subway. Another little behind the scenes thing is our master scene area navigation tool. It started becoming a hassle to navigate our dozens of scenes, so we added in a little tool to our editor so that different areas could be loaded quickly. While this might not seem overly beneficial, when you're switching between areas like 30 plus times a day, and then you have to grab half a dozen scenes to make up that area, it gets a little time consuming. So right now we just have an open and close button, which pops open all 6 of those scenes and closes them, and you can also click and start in any place in the game. We finally completed the last of our in-person playthroughs. It was done earlier this month and it went extremely smoothly with minimal hiccups. We still had 30 or so tasks to add to our list, but that's okay because most of them were just polish things and shouldn't take very long. We're done with all the major large-scale issues of past playthroughs, and we didn't run into any more, so it's exciting to see our refinements make our playthroughs much smoother. So, I'd like to introduce you to our female protagonist. Up until now, our main character has always been the male bathroom symbol. He was the first one that we got animations done for, and he just kind of became our poster child for the game. Finally, we have our female bathroom symbols animations all updated and ready to put into the game. We've begun the color and light pass that I briefly mentioned in the last update. This path starts similar to other passes that we've done, where we go through the entire game and take screenshots using our screenshot tool, and then we edit them in Photoshop to how we want it to look. We then change our light values, post-processing effects, and baking settings to match those Photoshop edits as much as we can. We really see great value when using color, not only to make things pretty, but also as a storytelling technique. Check out Daniel's awesome video where he explains how color is used in film and games. In the Pedestrian, we have this design rule where everything is a part of the world. From tutorials to story to option menus, everything is placed into the environments. This month we added and moved around a bunch of TVs that hold the options menus for the game. These are scattered around the environment so that no matter where the player is in the game, when they hit escape, the camera will transition to a TV nearby. The visuals for these TV displays are still work in progress, so take it with a grain of salt. We've ran through the game multiple times and made improvements to all the inside platforming elements. Meaning we made tweaks like giving a jump more headspace, adding in some challenge to boring signs, and removing annoying toe stubbing parts. Everything we do is with the purpose of making the gameplay flow smoother between and inside of puzzles, and to make the game just more enjoyable to run around in. We've also added in numerous elements into our environments that hint towards our story. Like our other design decision, the story is meant to be very non-intrusive. You'll be exposed to elements of it throughout your playthrough, but it's up to you to put them all together. And if you're not into connecting the dots, that's really okay. We won't make you skim walls of text or skip cutscenes. Everything just kind of happens in the background, and you might not even notice it. And that wraps up our March update. A lot of the things this month were behind the scenes. There are also a lot of cool milestones that we hit, like the female animations, getting some music, and optimizing the game. Many of these things have been in the background for months and months, and it's cool to see them finally taking shape. These are just some of the highlights from our past month. If you want to see a complete list, click the link in the description below for an export from our task manager. So our next steps are to continue with optimizations, music, color and lighting, and also finish up some things at the beginning and ending of the game. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to follow us on all of our socials. Also, if you haven't already, please wishlist the Pedestrian on Steam. Let's have an awesome spring 2019.